Terrible Library is brought to you by the Darkness Network of Evil. Welcome to this podcast of the strange, of the unknown, of evil. This first episode is called The Terrible Library.
Welcome to the Terrible Library. You may wonder why we are here. It's easy to say this library has a reason to be called the Terrible Library. It used to be called Jack Stone's Library. Before we start talking, let's go outside before anything can happen. Here we are. Do you see what's next to the Terrible Library? Jack Stone's Middle and High School. The two buildings are spread out from each other because the library is almost bigger than the biggest library of the world. But we all are also here to talk to Max. Where is he? She. There you are. Hey Max, can you tell me about your adventure in Stackstone's library?
Well, it's not called the Jack Stone Library. It's called the Terrible Library because it's a library that makes anyone who goes in there will have terrible things happen to them. Mostly everyone thinks I made it up to scare them. Maybe you too will think it's all made up.
Well, Max, some of my podcast listeners and myself thinks it's all true, but we need to know if it's all true or not. Now, podcast listeners, have a seat because this will take a while. Max, do you mind telling us your story, or should we say your nightmare?
Well, okay, since you put it in that way. Well, it began months ago. It was September the 4th, the second day at school in Mr. T's math class. Hey Jake, do you think the T in Mr. T stands for trouble?
Yes, I think. And do you know yesterday he put 10 kids in detention just because they were chewing on gum?
I didn't know that happened yesterday. And where is Mr. T? He's late.
Sorry for being late, students. I found 5 kids trying to escape my math class by hiding themselves in their lockers. But I found them talking loudly to each other, asking what should they do during the time they should have been in my math class. But don't worry, class, you don't have to do extra homework, or you won't have to do extra homework to pay for their crime. Mr. T, what will happen to them? Well, Rich, they have to go to the Johnson's, the Jackstone Library after school to help the librarians with the library.
Who are the 5 students, Mr. T?
Well, Jane, it's Mr. T, not Mr. T. And the 5 students were Harry, Mickey, John, and Gabe. Mr. T? Yes, Rich? You call it. Oh, 4 names, not 5 names. Well, Rich, you're right. You know why, because I want to tell the whole class who made this plan, and you know who it is. It was it was you, Rich. You paid them to do this plan and to do your homework that you forgot to do it yesterday. So you told them once it's finished, they can do what they want to do until my class is over. Your twin brother, Mickey, told me because he didn't want to have extra homework. Oh, come on. Why do I have a twin brother that talks the truth when he's scared of scary looking teachers? You will do the same thing as your brother for your detention and go to the office to call your parents about what you did. Yes, Mr. T. Now, class, let's go to page 20 of your math book. No math problem. And do math problems 1 through 3. And anyone who dares to cause problems in my class will get themselves in worse detention than the last one. And also the whole class have extra homework.
I didn't know that Richie will get his first and last detention before he disappears from the face of time. The next few days, I wondered what happened to Henry, Mickey, John, Gabe, and Richie. I didn't know something had got them. Mr. T, where's Henry, Mickey, John, Gabe, and Richie?
Who?
Henry, Mickey, John, Gabe, and Richie.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Henry, Mickey, John, Gabe, and Richie. Remember, you sent them to detention.
Is this a joke that you made up with your friend Jack? Because I don't like jokes that kids make up these days.
It's not a joke. Where are they?
I'm warning you, stop with this joke or else. Anyways, if you say anything about random kids in detention that are not real, I'm glad to take you there myself. And your friend Jake. Now, class, go to page 4 through page 7.
Jake, do you think there's something weird about the Jackstone Library?
Yes, I think so. And someone just gave you a note on your desk.
What?
Who is it from?
It only says it's mailed by Evil Post.
What's it say?
It says, you are sure you want to enter the library of evilness that lays in it. What is this supposed to mean, Jake?
I don't know. But do know we will enter the library and see if our friends are there, okay?
Yes, I think so. How hard can it be to save our friends if they're there? Then we rescued them. Anyways, how can a library have evilness lay inside it?
You were wrong, right, Max?
Yeah. And how do you know about that?
It's a guess. It was a guess. A guess. Now, listeners, this podcast is part 1. Listen to this next time, or right now, after this ad. So, Max, were you scared about entering a library you don't know anything about, only the library?
Nope.
Can we continue with the story before another ad pops up on my podcast? They're annoying sometimes.
Yes, what's your name?
You can call me Mr.H, but my podcast listeners can call me the host.
Well, Mr. H, day after day, Jake and I discussed going to enter the library after school. Well, here's the place, Jake. How do you think we're going to get in there?
Let's shut the doors. Whoa, what just happened?
The doors opened by themselves when you were about to open them.
Weird.
Let's go in there. It's dark.
Let's see if there's a light set. Ah!
What happened?
There's a skeleton. It moves after I turn on the light. Look. Jake pointed to the skeleton on the desk. The skeleton hand turns. We should get out of here.
Well, that's our only way out, I think.
Help.
That sounds like Richie.
I found him.
Richie, what happened?
The library's evil. It makes everything to have terrible things happen to them. What's going on in here?
Mr. T, what are you doing here?
What I'm doing here, that is easy. That's an easy question. This library I made it for you, like, to see. I own it.
So, Mr. T is your fake name.
Yes, and no. The T stands for terrible, and this is the terrible library. Only the librarians don't get any effects from getting terrible things happen to them.
So where's everyone, Mr. Terrible?
Over
Over
there.
there.
Oh, right.
Pointed to the shelf for kids undusting the books and putting the books where they were belonging.
Who is that person on top of the bookshelves?
Mr. Ghost, he makes sure every kid doing what should do, and if the kids do as they told, they can live forever in the library. And guess how old I am, Rich, Jake, and Max.
32?
40?
20. I don't look young, but I don't. I don't look. I do look young, but not that young. By now, I am 580 years old, and you have 10 seconds to escape before Mr. Ghost, my librarian, gets you.
Run!
Jake, what did you take?
A piece of map and a book.
I think I can hold that.
Come back, you thief!
Come back with my book. You do not have the right to take books without the library card.
Quiet, you bad little children! You are disrupting our library quietness. Now come back and pay back your overdue book.
Is it me, or are they making library jokes or something?
Yeah, I think so. Exit. Max, you go first. Then Richie, then me.
Okay, see you on the other side. I didn't know Mr. Ghost and Mr. Terrible and the librarians got Richie and Jake. I ran and jumped through an open window.
I got your friends, Max, and I'm not planning to let them go anyways. My friend will get you sooner or later.
Why don't you go and get me?
You took a book without a library card, and That means the library doesn't let anyone out, including us.
Hmm. I make sure I get that piece of map from you, Max, one of these days.
Return that book so everyone can read it and pay your overdue book. Who are you talking to, Max? The evil people in the library, Jane. What library, Max? What, you mean there's a library? What happened to the library? You're weird, Max. Get to math class before Mr. Hunter hunts us down and puts us for more time in detention. I was lucky that I escaped the terrible library, but I was not lucky enough to escape detention.
So now, Max, what do you do with the piece of the map?
Why do you ask?
I was wondering.
Mr.H, I better be going. I don't want to be late for my ride.
I have one last question for you, Max.
Yes?
Do you remember me?
No.
Are you sure? Because you remember before you left the library and have something in mind.
Are you Mr. Ghost?
Yes, I was Mr. Ghost and Mr. H, but right now I'm the host of this podcast. And I warn you, I'll be back and someone wants you in his library forever.
No!
A few minutes later. Now that take care of. Till next time, podcast listeners. And now could be the next piece of the
Boss, the mic is still on.
turn it off, you dum dum, and put it in some other program.
What program?
Put it on Doctor Who.
That's on tomorrow, boss.
Then shut it down.
Okay. Where's the off button, boss?
Over there. Now who should I be disguised as?
There, it's off. There, the button's off.